Hello guys, this week I'm do a live review of Ninja Warriors once again on the PS4. This is a remake of the 1994 SNES game, basically called Ninja Warriors again, which a lot of people seem to think it's a remake of the original Ninja Warriors, but it's a completely new game, basically. But this is a remake of the SNES one. This one's called Ninja Warriors once again. This is actually remade by the original company who made the SNES version, Natsumi. And now they're called Natsumi Atari. I'll let the intro run, may as well. See, this is 2D. Again, they've used 2D style graphics. This had a bit of a massive update, basically, in gameplay, graphics, and everything, basically. It's had a massive overhaul. It's quite a bit different to the original SNES version. Let this intro run. There's also 2 extra characters in this version, which you have to unlock. There's 3 different music tracks. The original, the remix music you get for this, and the original arcade music, including Daddy Milk, which is fantastic. Ninja Warriors was originally 1987, maybe? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was a 1987 arcade game. It came in a 2-screen and a 3-screen version. I quite like the arcade version. I know it's not the best arcade game in the world, but I always liked it, and I always liked the soundtrack to it. And with the cabinet with the 3 screens, it looks pretty cool even to this day. Right then, so let's start this up. So, like I said, this is a remake of the SNES original. You've got 2 modes of play. You've got normal and you've got hard. You can't play on hard until you finish normal mode. There's multiplayer in this as well, which the original SNES version was single player only, so you can play 2 players, which is pretty cool. Not sure if you can play. Let's have a look. Can you play online? No, it must be local play. In the options, there's display options, which basically just stretch the display around. There's a nice scan line effect. I found 6 seems to be the bit of a sweet spot, to be honest. The effect colour is the blood. Blood is originally green, but you can change it to red. So if you want to have red blood, got to be done. Audio settings. When you first started off, you get the Once Again soundtrack, which is a remix version of the SNES one. Sounds fantastic, takes away the reverb, adds some extra instruments in the background. Generally, it's much better than the SNES soundtrack. Once you beat the game once, you unlock the arcade soundtrack, which has got Daddy Milk and various other things. It's just a pretty cool soundtrack as well. And then once you beat it with one of the unlockable characters, you get the original SNES Ninja Warriors again soundtrack. So it's pretty cool. They included 3 different soundtracks. Language options, controller options are all the same. I say before we start off, this game isn't due to be released in the West until the 30th of August. It was supposed to be out here on the 25th of July, but it got the Western version got delayed. Not entirely sure why. I'm not sure if it was the print disc versions or physical. I'm not sure. But at the moment, you can go on the Japanese PlayStation Store and pick this up, and it works out as 3,024 yen, which is a bit of a con, really, because they're trying to make you buy a bigger points card. But yeah, it's about 3,000 yen. So if you do have a Japanese account, which is quite easy to set up, if you guys need to set one up, but just Google it. It's quite simple. You can get in the Japanese store, and you can go to Play Asia, buy a Japanese points card, and you can use that points card then to put in and buy the game, because it won't accept PayPal or credit cards. So that's that. So let's start it up. It's set up for time attack as well. Once you start the game, it gives you a time attack, so you can basically try and 1cc this and it'll get the fastest time. So it's pretty cool they put a time attack mode into it, and it's like an automatic one. Right then, so here we go. The first original 3 characters from the SNES game there's Kunoichi, which is the girl from the original Ninja Warriors. You got the ninja, and you got Kamayachi, who's like a... I know, he's quite cool looking, actually. The first character, once you've beat the game, the first character you unlock is Yaksha, she's tiny compared to the rest of them, but she's quite a good character, actually. She got a terrible jump, but she's quite powerful, and I quite like it, actually. So once you finish it with Yaksha, you unlock Raiden, who is humongous. He is literally almost the size of the screen. He is massive. So we'll start with my favourite character, which is Kunoichi. What I'll show you all the characters. I'll do the first level, and then we'll cancel back, and I'll show you all the characters then. First thing you notice with this game as well is the screen size. The SNES version has got a little tiny screen. It's almost like a widescreen with borders top and bottom. This game's had a massive update in graphics. Also, there's a lot more things around which you can pick up. Like on the SNES version, there was occasional things you can pick up on the levels and throw at enemies, but in this game there's a lot more of that stuff. There's also times on the SNES game where there was things to throw on the floor, but there was no enemies to throw them at. So let's say, the first thing you notice, a big graphics update this has had. There's more enemies on screen as well if you play it in hard mode. These characters got a couple of extra moves, like that's a new move that she's had. That's also a new move. There is another move she's had as well, but I can't. Yeah, she gets a ninja star move as well, which I can't do. Yeah, she got a ninja star move as well. What you'll find on this as well, because the screen is literally, it's like twice the size of the original SNES screen. There's a lot of screen real estate, I can't even say. A lot of screen real estate, like in the original arcade games really. So getting around the screen fast can be a certain problem with certain characters, but her move, the spin like that, gets you right across the screen. A lot of the characters do tend to have moves that'll get them across the screen quite fast. One thing I'll say about picking up stuff in this game, it's a little bit more awkward compared to the SNES one. You've got to be sort of at the corner of something like that. On the SNES one, you can just essentially just go over it and pick it up. Good tactic as well is to leave the power-ups there. They give you energy basically. Just leave them on screen. And then collect them when you need them. Tactics on enemies. All in all, the majority of tactics you would use in the SNES game actually work in this game. But there are some of the bosses that are a little bit different. I'm going to use a smart bomb, which I get it straight after. Most of the game's tactics work the same as the SNES version. One thing I have noticed as well, in the SNES version, you can hit enemies off a screen and you can stand at the side of the screen and you can basically spam them. They try and walk back on, so you can spam hit them, which you use a lot as the tactics on the SNES one. Well, it doesn't work on this version. You have to fight enemies out in the open. So that's one big change compared to the SNES version. First boss. On the SNES version he's pretty big, on here he's humongous. I haven't quite found a good way of killing him yet, to be honest. What I found is if you jump into him, you can block in this game, by the way, by holding down the fire button, and then when you do that it allows you to do like a block jump, and you can't get hit, but he will grab you out in mid-air. Other thing as well, you're also invincible as well while picking up objects. So I haven't quite found the right tactic on him yet. I know jumping in between his legs is the way to kill him. I don't do that jump really, because that's a bad move. Cool. Like before, what you used to be doing the SNES version, you jump kick him, hit him in the head, grab him, throw him. Jump kick, hit him, grab him, throw him, and basically just keep doing that move. On here, the tactic doesn't work. The other bosses in the game are pretty much the same as the SNES version, tactics-wise. There are subtle changes, but reasonably, if you can do the bosses on the SNES one, you should be able to do them on here reasonably easy. So they've done such a lovely job of the graphics on this. So much more screen real estate on this. It looks pretty amazing. Also, the music, the remix music, is very good indeed. Also, shout out to the animation in this game. It probably has 3 times the animation of the original SNES one. They animate a hell of a lot nicer. I'll have to have a go at this in 2-player. I haven't actually tried that yet. Kunoichi's good tactic is to jump into the enemies, grab them, and throw them into other enemies. It works really well with her, that does. But your tactic of playing this game, you want to herd enemies roughly to the one side of the screen. Makes your life so much easier if you can get them to the one side. Like on the SNES, I would just be able to go right up against the screen there and just duck down and keep firing. And that would literally kill pretty much everything on screen. But you got to watch in this, they will stay off screen slightly and they will hit you from off screen. Which sometimes can be a little bit of an issue with some enemies. But generally, if you walk to the middle of the screen, they'll come back on. Check him over there. Oh. She can do a nice kick move as well. She goes like that. Jump over that. Get all those enemies over there. So it's just got the same sort of tactics as Final Fight in some ways, where it's basically all about putting enemies in certain positions to kill them. These robots as well, if you walk right up close to them, you can grab them as soon as they get up. He's got to explode now. Otherwise, you got to watch. If you try, you got to jump over them. Dead. I say this level looks so much nicer. A lot more things to throw. Playability wise, with all the extra moves and the extra tactics you use on some of the enemies, this game is. It was a little bit different at first, but it's quite a bit different to the actual SNES game, and it's a lot better. It's a lot more tactical. Oh, I hate those things. With the ninja stars on him. See, the ninja stars use your power bar at the bottom. That power bar is usually your special. Once it fills right up to the top, you can use your actual special. You've got to be careful though, because if while the bar is actually filling up, if you get hit by something, it knocks it back down to 0. Plus that bar also uses the new moves, like the ninja stars I showed you then. So it's all about sort of managing that bar in lots of ways. But generally, the most useful thing is the full special. She gonna come back out? Dead. I'll get to the second boss and then we'll try a different character. Gotta watch those with. Those blades are massive compared to the SNES version. They're tiny on the SNES version. On here, they're huge. A lot of my enemies come on here. It's quite useful to stay between these blades. Watch that guy will fire at you. Oh. Come on. He's dead. I got full energy, but I'm gonna get that anyway. First boss coming up, second boss coming up here, sorry. On the SNES version, you would jump, you do that jump sort of kick and grab attack, but what you could do on this version, which you can do on the SNES one as well actually. He looks dangerous, but I'm just gonna throw him around. I'm gonna grab him and throw him. Any enemies come on, I'm gonna throw them into the enemies. Oh, no, now see, now I buggered it. Chucked him off screen. Oh, he's dead. Oh, buggered it. What I used to like doing on the SNES version was using my super right at the end just to finish these bosses off. Like this, which I missed. And what you would do is go into slow motion. If you go into slow motion, you'd end up upside down on the screen. I like doing that because it just looked funny, but you can't do it in this one. Get it? Right then, so I won't show you any more of this game because I'll let you guys get it and find the new levels yourself and work it out. So let's have a go try the new characters. So that's Kunoichi. Let's go back to the title screen. See, there is a fair amount of differences in this compared to the SNES version, but after I played it for a while and you get used to the new changes, it is overall a better game for it. So, let's have a look. Let's try the first unlockable character, Yaksha. I quite like her. She's small, but she's powerful. She got the crappiest jump in the world as well. She's literally a little tiny jump. But she got a fantastic grab. She also got a good slide move. But she can grab enemies like that. I'm not quite sure what you do with them after, mind. She can also grab enemies and kick them up in the air. And then do a move after. She can also, if you jump and pull down on her, she does like a double kick that flies her across the screen, which is really handy to get yourself in the middle of enemies to grab them. And she can jump and do that. She can also stand on the floor and do that. She also has another grab where you grab and pull down. Gotta be careful, you gotta directly pull down. It's also good for killing multiple enemies. I say she looked a little bit crappy at first, but I quite like her. The last boss is very tricky with her. Ah, don't want to do up. Ah, that's naughty, isn't it? She's pretty much invincible when she grabs as well. Her fast block spin kick is quite cool as well. What I did normally do there is just jump all the way through. Get all the enemies in. Use my super. Nice and quick end to get to the first boss. Also, her down attack is quite good. If you get a combo in, she hits like she does the last move she does. It's like a whip move that hits enemies behind you as well, which is very useful. Right, damn. Same tactic on him again. Is you want to get right in, basically below his legs. In fact, I find it easier to kill him with her than any other character. Plus, her up move like that is quite powerful on bosses. Always kicks when he gets back up. Needed to block then. See where the block comes in very handy when you do that spin move. That's it. Sometimes you can get entrapped like that if you catch up one leg in perfect position. So that's Yaksha. Even though she looks a bit crappy and she got the worst jump kick in the world, I quite like her. I won't get to the main boss of all the characters because we'll be here forever otherwise. So we'll have to get somebody around here to play doubles on this game because it might be really good fun in doubles. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow actually. I'll take my PlayStation to my mate's house. So let's have a go at the ninja. He on the SNES version was the big guy. He doesn't have a jump, but he's powerful. That's quite a lot of energy, and he's got some really powerful moves. So basically, he can do that, which is new. He can also do that. That slide kick is very handy indeed. It's a bit weird using him when he hasn't actually got a jump. Just wondering what if you got any other moves going on. That's good. Okay. Got a flip move. Not quite sure how we did that then. But you see the big guy, he's really powerful. Knocked me out my move in. So this guy, he's quite cool. Once you get used to the fact he can't jump, he's very powerful. So that's the ninja, guys. So I'll go back. So it's a little bit gutting. This didn't actually come out in the UK on the 25th, that it was delayed to the 30th of August, which is a little bit of a shame. Right, okay, let's try him now. Kamatachi, I think that's how you pronounce that. Probably pronounced that completely wrong, but he's probably one of the coolest looking ones. He's all robotic, like all of them are robots, but he's all robotic. Yeah, I remember him, he doesn't have a grab as such. Oh. So I don't mind this character. He looks the coolest, but I'd pick the big guy, I think, over this one. My mate loves this character though, so a lot of the replays tend to use this guy. Lovely animation on him, all the way he moves, his chest goes back and forth. Nice combo. That's Kamatachi anyway. Now on to the second character you can unlock by finishing the game with the first character. Basically you have to play through the game, finish it with one of the first three characters, then you get Yaksha. Once you get Yaksha, then you got to finish it with her, and then you get Raiden. This guy is massive. I've seen a lot of people online playing this, trying to do the hard mode with him. He's huge. Might be fun to try and finish this game with this guy. This guy's got quite a lot of moves as well. He's big. It's almost a little bit unfair. You can pick up multiple enemies as well. He is rather big. He's bigger than the first boss. He does seem a rather good character as well. That move was very good. Ruined him. Seems quite fun to use. That's it. Punch with a giant robot punch. I'll get to the first boss just to show you how big this guy actually is. The first boss is just up here. Got my ass whoop here. Here we go. Oh, he's about the same size actually. Maybe slightly bigger. What if I can grab him? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can kill him. Uh-oh. Turn around. Try and grab him again now. Yeah. Ruined him. Wasn't expecting that. So that's Raiden, the second downloadable character. He seems rather cool. I was a bit mad playing this game with something that big. There he is. Right, let's just go back to the title screen. Yeah, I say Ninja Warriors once again on the PS4. This is also coming out on the Switch. It's coming out in the UK, but they've changed the name of it for some reason. It's called Ninja Warriors, Ninja Saviors something is called, which I don't sound as cool. I gotta admit, Ninja Warriors sounds a lot better, and it may be something to do with the Ninja Warriors TV show. But at the end of the day, this game came out before that, so you know I can't see why there'd be a licensing problem, because Ninja Warriors was a game well before the TV show. But so yeah, as an upgrade to the original SNES version, this is pretty fantastic. It's had a massive overhaul. There's a lot of differences. The graphics are loads better. The music tracks are pretty awesome. The two included music tracks are pretty excellent as well. I say all in all, I'm really tempted to give this a definite 9 out of 10. It is a fantastic game, and if you like the original SNES version, or you like the original arcade one, it's a bit much of a must-buy, to be honest. But if you've never played Ninja Warriors, this is a pretty good place to start, because this is definitely the ultimate version of Ninja Warriors. Like I say, the SNES game is fantastic. The SNES game is also incredibly expensive these days as well. It goes for about 300-400 quid. But this game is a hell of a lot better here, so it does make the SNES one a little bit redundant, really, to be truthfully honest. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. So I'm going to cut this review off here. And hopefully you enjoyed the review, guys. And get on the Japanese store and pick it up if you fancy the look of it. It's just over 3,000 yen. I say you can go to Play Asia and get a Japanese points card. You can use that to pay for the game, or just wait until the 30th of August and it'll be out here as well. So I'm not entirely sure whether it's going to get a physical release here. I know limited run games were doing a release in America of it, but I don't know, it may get a release here, I don't know. I say 3,000 yen works out roughly about 28 quid this game costs, so I'm assuming when it comes out here it's probably going to be about £29, something like that. So hopefully you like the review, guys, and I might cut this review off here and then come back a second and try and see if I can get with Kunoichi and play for a bit. So see you in a minute, guys.